All right, welcome. You already know what time it is. New week. You know what that means. New episode of the Man Dem podcast. I am Uncle Twist. You already know. And thank you for listening and tuning in. Got the fellas here with me, the usual suspects. I'm going to move it around to my right. What up, Sin?
Bomb. It's your boy Sincere, episode 14. New week, new money. Lovely weather outside. Seeing the beautiful women outside.
Summer dress.
Summertime. What up, show?
Summer body fit. You already know. Shout out, Cujo back in the house. I'm in studio.
We're complete
studio
again.
139. You already know what I mean? Show top. Yeah, man, we got a lot of things to get into this week. You know what I mean? Shout out to the homie Styles P providing the soundtrack with the ignorant iteration of a classic.
Geos.
Yeah.
Panero.
Dumb shit I've been hearing on that. I mean, my boy. That means Twist has some things he wants to shout out, some monumental dates. So let's get into that.
Yeah, definitely this week, we lost a couple legends in this rap game. Definitely got to do a happy belated birthday to the Notorious B.I.G. I don't know, I can speak for most people at this table. He's my GOAT for sure, and I know a lot of other people's. And also happy birthday belated to Busta Rhymes, Busta. They share the same birthday.
A boss.
Respect the conglomerate. And yeah, definitely big salute to the homie Heavy D. Rest in peace. Exactly. He would have been 52 years old to this day. So shout out, Heavy D. And just a fun trivia fact, because we kind of talked about it. You guys already know what it is. What song, and I'm not talking about Flavor in the Ear, I'm throwing out hints early, was Biggie and Busta Rhymes featured on? It was a Heavy D song. Should have some Jeopardy music.
It's your big blank.
I'm not the one that's supposed to answer this one. It's supposed to be for the listeners and people that are in the culture. Man, it's taking so long. Tell the listeners what it is. And don't try to throw Cujo and sit under the bus.
Nah, it's a bunch of N-words, or a bunch of niggas, I guess I can say that. I already foreshadowed what we're going to talk about a little later.
A bunch of niggas.
Yeah. A lot of people forget about that
you
track.
got your black card.
Yeah.
It's like on Freaky Friday. You already know what it is.
Shout out Lil Dicky.
Yeah. Yo, honestly, deadass. Shout out to the heateration about to drop during the weekend with the boy Pusha T.
Soundtrack of the weekend.
I'm hearing some great praise about Daytona. And as a Day One Clips fan from the funeral, and I'm actually really happy to see the pocket he's in. And I saw Swiss Beats, friggin' Pharrell, friggin' Kareem Biggs, friggin'
Casanova was there.
Even Avery, Emory Jones, mad dudes are based in the same classic. So those are dudes that you have to respect their opinions based off of the foundation of their careers, right? Pharrell just with Neptunes and Star Trek, Swiss Beats just with Rough Riders and his legacy, and come on, Kareem Biggs and Emory already know that's the rock all day.
Bars to
Shout out
live.
to the boy Push, man. I'm actually really excited to hear that shit. Nah, man.
My nose is tingling just anticipating this.
Call you Mr. Sniffles.
Yeah, all day, man. Even Deadass too, man. This shit taking away people's voice and just knowing the bigger platforms. This shit has to stop. The problem, I'm talking about the NFL too, by the way. So now they recently had a friggin' meeting with the owners and come to the conclusion that if people don't want to stand for the anthem, they can stay in the locker room, and they have a right to do that. However, if you're kneeling on the field, you'll be subjected to fines and stuff like that. And all this is another fucking cop-out ducking the real issue. We're not gonna make kneeling the issue. The issue is the treatment of minorities in the United States of America. And that's why, shout out to the OG, the legendary Colin Kaepernick, and everybody else got on that shit using their platform just to vote. A better change in mind stimulation, just knowing your fucking rights, and knowing that leaving your house and being worried of being, harassed and physically assaulted by cops is not something that you should conform with and compromise and make your regular day to day. So I mean, honestly, dead ass, like fuck the NFL right now. Like you guys are getting out of hand, and I mean, you guys just didn't want the inmates running the fucking building. This is on some oppression shit. But shout out to New York Jets, because they're standing behind their players, and they're saying that any of their players that decides to kneel during the anthem, they'll take care of the fines. So salute, know what I mean? Because you're trying to just throw another fucking curveball or trying to hide the real message. Like, fuck all that shit. I mean, it's getting out of hand. There's the young black minorities, the people of color, and even just the gun control, man. And shout out to the NFL players that are still gonna kneel. You're a real one, I mean, and you gotta be saluted.
Yeah, I don't like this approach. Instead of addressing the situation at hand, which is just police brutality, that's the whole point of Kaepernick kneeling. Police brutality, just the way minorities are treated in America, just like a peaceful protest to just kneel for the anthem turned into like a witch hunt. So instead of addressing the situation head on, it's just like, okay, we're gonna hide the protesters in the locker room and business as usual.
Yeah.
It's a cop out. It's a huge cop out. It's disgusting. Also, too, Trump is adding fuel to the fire. He recently tweeted. Let me get the tweet. He said, "You have to stand proudly for the national anthem, or you shouldn't be playing. You shouldn't be there. Maybe you shouldn't be in the country." So Trump's still trying to continue the rhetoric of, know your place.
Yeah.
Maybe you shouldn't be a millionaire. Maybe you shouldn't live up to what you work so hard for, all the work you put into. Yo, we'll take that away. You're now all of a sudden you're non-American. All the work that you put in is stripped away.
Just because you have a point of view.
Just because you have a point of view. He doesn't even agree with players be able to stay in the locker room during the national anthem, which I agree with, because you should just go out there and kneel. No, you're not hurting anybody. A U.S. veteran suggested to Kaepernick, because Kaepernick at first was sitting down for the anthem. A vet said he should kneel in a peaceful protest to the anthem. That would be like a more I don't know what the word I'm looking for. That'd be like a
More powerful, more impactful.
Yeah, more impactful and like just respectful.
Yeah.
That'd probably be a more respectful way to do it. And he's catching backlash.
Come off so nonchalant.
Yeah, so this is making me sick.
I got people know how to fucking pick their battles wisely, because, as I always say, in public are two things you don't do. You don't discuss religion, and you don't discuss really like politics, like in depth, because you're gonna get way too many opinions.
Yeah.
But it's so crazy to me how during the whole fucking era and in the fucking prime of this whole Tebow and shit, this guy was kneeling, praying and stuff like that in public at freaking games, essentially bringing like church to the fields, right? And no one had a problem with that. That shit caught on. People were Tebowing everywhere all around the world. People going to the Great Wall of China and Tebowing. That shit was okay, right? But in the injustice of young black males and just minorities in the United States, you have a problem with people getting paid millions of dollars that come from the same fucking hoods and high-risk crime areas where these injustices and stereotypes are happening, using their platform to speak up and make someone comfortable. And regardless of what their bank account may be today, once upon a time, that was their upbringing, right? And that's what they familiarize themselves with. So, I mean, like, fuck all this trying to oppress people's shit and trying to take people's voices.
They've been trying
away.
to impress the people of color from time.
It's really just a minor step back, and they're gonna find a way to freaking maneuver through this shit too. Like,
And I also love the response from like even like Steve Kerr. Steve Kerr pretty much speaking on the situation, and he pretty much just doesn't agree with it. Like, he's like, this is foolishness. Like, you can't even have an opinion. You can't have a stance. You guys are so, as a league, you guys are so scared to potentially, I don't know, mess up your sponsors and your advertisers.
Or Russell Feathers, yeah.
Yeah, but this is a situation that, this is the social media era. Like, these things aren't like fairy tales that people thought is just a joke, or that doesn't really happen. Like, you see evidence every day that these things happen.
Yeah.
So you have to just address it now. There's no escaping it. There's no running away from it. You can't hide it. You can't hide it in the locker room. is here.
Yeah.
And even with, I don't know if we want to talk about it right now, going into Jaylen Brown getting tased by the police officers for like a simple parking violation in, what was it, a Walgreens parking lot? Sorry, Sterling Brown, my bad. Excuse me. For a parking violation in front of a Walgreens, it escalated to the point that they put him on the ground and tased him for something simple. These are like the situations that actually happen to.
Apparently, the visuals are bad.
Yeah.
The cops went into the community, to the churches, to tell them, yo, forewarning you guys, some visuals about to come out that are very damning to the police. And we need you guys to stay behind us, not bringing burn shit down and right. Apparently, like a lot of fucking feathers are gonna get ruffled.
Okay.
Once some shits come out, right? Another one to add to the fucking bolt.
Yeah.
So like this is like what Steve Kerr is mentioning, and like these type of incidents are like it's happening to athletes too. It's not only the poor black people that have no voices. It's happening to black people, period. And unfortunately, for anything to be done or to bring awareness to it, athletes have to go through that for the rest of the world to kind of realize, yo, this is a problem. So the NFL should be addressing the problem. It's peaceful, Kaepernick kneeling, the other players involved in the protest kneeling. Yo, this is the best solution. Nobody's being violent. Nobody's acting up.
Just about to speak on that, yeah.
And to me, that would be better, probably, because I know the NFL just looks at the bottom line. That would probably be best for their bottom line. Yo, address it. People are more understanding, and they're being a little bit more open to these discussions and realizing, yeah, maybe there is a fundamental problem with policing that needs to be addressed. And why not use these platforms to discuss it? Because that's how policies do get changed.
You know, and I just think kind of what it comes down to is that basically, like to your point, it's not like these protests have been violent or volatile to really like, you know, get any kind of negative publicity. I just think it's kind of a discomfort level from the powers to be, that strength in numbers and the solidarity that players are uniting and showing together is what's really kind of like, you know, has people in disarray. And at the end of the day, everybody, I mean, professional athletes, you know, celebrities, the everyday Joe, or every dude like any of us here at this table, everybody should be able to, in a sense, be able to kind of like, you know, say what they want and stand for what they think. You know, whether it's right or wrong, everybody
say
got
what you
that
want
freedom of speech,
within
you know
reason, though, right?
Yeah, within reason, of course. But
don't get
freedom
emotional.
of speech, freedom of expression. You know what I'm saying?
And I love how the statement by the Milwaukee Bucks actually.
I didn't see that one.
Their statement was regarding Sterling Brown. Unfortunately, this isn't an isolated case. It shouldn't require an incident involving a professional athlete to draw attention to the fact that vulnerable people in our communities have experienced similar and even worse treatment. We are grateful for the service of many good police officers that courageously protect us, our fans, and our city, but racial biases and abuses of power must not be ignored. So I'm very appreciative for the Milwaukee Bucks for being transparent, telling it like what it is. Like, these things happen. It's not a game. It's not a fairy tale.
No.
We'll tackle it head on. It shouldn't have happened. And even the fact that they acknowledge, like, it's taking Sterling Brown's situation for this to be a discussion when it actually happens to other people in the communities.
Yeah.
So I'm glad at the approach they took. So like the NFL needs to even look at other sports organizations and just take note. Like, this is disgusting now. Like, now it's for, like, with the protest with Kaepernick, I was being a little, you know what, I should have just boycotted the NFL too.
Yeah.
But I'm just here like, oh, I'm Canadian. So sometimes you're like, it affects you, but sometimes you're just like,
Directly and
whatever.
indirectly.
But now, like, I can't use. It just makes you sick after a while. Like, I can't just turn a blind eye. Like, I'm giving them viewership that leads to money and buying jerseys and merchandise. Like, you know what? Like, fuck this. Like, I don't want my money to go.
Fucking just all this stay woke shit and all that. Yo, nowhere you're investing your money. Like, you motherfuckers are here sleeping outside, spending all this fucking money on Kanye. And look at his thoughts and his state of mind, right?
Yeah.
Look at all these motherfuckers. The NFL's $1 billion corporation. Regardless of the fucking fact that, they got dudes that are offing themselves and wanting themselves way after fucking retirement because of concussion syndrome and shit like that, right? Like it's the NFL's the new fucking guiding light General Hospital, Young and the Restless, my nigga. The NFL's legit the new fucking soap opera. What you got all these domestic things happening in the NFL. You got all these fucking PED violations happening in the NFL. Niggas getting caught in surveillance cameras, getting a little wild. You got niggas shooting themselves in the leg in the club. Like, the NFL needs to fucking chill because you know what the NFL's doing? The NFL's like probably like the new music industry in the essence where these motherfuckers make you all the money. The OBJs, the Des Bryant, you need these motherfuckers. Right? They're the ones that fucking fill the seats. But you don't care about, like the exterior of these guys' skin and their upbringings and the community and the culture that they relate to. Like, this is their realities. You know what I mean? Being friggin' successful black men that drive cars, that, you know what I mean, can get pulled over because of an insecure fucking cop that makes $60K a year, doesn't like that some fucking young black guy fucking has a better car than him. There's too many layers to this shit, man. Like, now they're threading dangerous fucking water, but even so, with all these tools and shit, I think there's gonna be no crazy blowback on the NFL because people are that dedicated to it. Like, think about it, the NFL is a legit reason why a lot of niggas don't go to church. Right? Think about that for fucking real. Like, when the congregation shit ain't filled up, you know niggas are at home watching football, and you're okay with that. Because the next best thing to fucking church is football on a Sunday. So, I don't really feel like the financial dents on no one's pocket's gonna be that evident to the point where, we gotta bend and compromise to these people's requests, but enough of this shit, man. The issue isn't the kneeling on the field. That was a situation that was provoked and as a last resort because of the injustices of Trayvon Martin's and Sean Bell's, all these motherfuckers, you know what I mean? Just die like dogs in the street. Like, you provoke Kaepernick to that. And now because, he was a sacrificial lamb, now this guy's being blackballed. One of the most talented motherfuckers ever. I mean, a starting quarterback on most teams, and a crucial backup on another team.
Yep.
Unemployed. Because he fucking stands firm, on what he believes regarding the injustices of his people. So, right now, dead ass, I say this on air, and it's beautiful about this thing being recorded and being posted online. It's gonna be there forever. As of today, fuck the NFL.
Fuck the NFL.
Like, legit. Like,
It's getting ridiculous now. It's getting ridiculous. It's a slap in the face, yo.
They ain't say the pocket, but they stay in the pocket of sports because I saw a comment made by somebody. I didn't remember the dude's name, but obviously he's irrelevant enough, and the comment's pretty stupid in my opinion. And I saw it on the Scores social media page, and he was saying one-on-one in both of their primes, there's no way Michael Jordan could beat LeBron James one-on-one.
I saw that.
So we're looking at LeBron James in his prime and Michael Jordan in his prime. And the argument is LeBron James has the advantage over MJ. Thoughts? I got a blank stare from Twist, by the way. I think I got his answer.
Well, here it is. Like, everybody kind of knows where we stand. Of course, I'm just going to say Michael Jordan. Of course. It is what it is. I don't really like the one-on-one comparisons because the NBA is not a one-on-one game. It's five mans on the court. Yep. It's situational. It's based on position. Jordan was a shooting guard. Like, LeBron pretty damn near just plays.
There's a Magic Johnson.
There's a big size difference, whatever. Yeah. So I don't really like that comparison. But as far as killer instinct and when it's time to score the ball, I'm not betting against Jordan ever.
The Black Cat.
Never in my life am I betting against Jordan. And you know his pedigree. LeBron is a good all-around player. I'm not hating on him. He's gonna go down as one of the best. When it comes to that killer instinct, like, I'm going to either score this basketball or die.
Shift momentum, silence the crowd kind of thing, yeah.
Michael Jordan, hands down.
And he did it with one squad.
Cause these niggas ain't loyal. Yeah, nah, for real, like, the only thing better than going to the finals 8 times, and going 3 for 5. Just go in there and go motherfucking 6 for 6.
Perfect.
You know, shout out Jordan all day, man. And honestly, for this generation, like, understand the levels because you know the whole Bird, Magic Johnson, and all that shit. But after that, the keys were to Jordan.
Yep.
And then the second coming close was fucking Kobe, apparently. But for this generation, what they're seeing in LeBron is as good as they're gonna get to see anything reminiscent of MJ without going on YouTube watching no videos. But watching that in live time, I mean, just playoff after playoff after playoff, finals after finals after finals, championship after championship after championship. There's no comparison, man. I understand y'all for LeBron, but Jordan's Jordan, like, and that ain't never gonna change.
I forgot who brought this up. It's like a similar analogy we could use now. I think it was Joe Budden was talking about reasonable doubt.
Yeah.
And he's like, yeah, like kids now, you could do your research, you could go listen to Reasonable Doubt.
Scale back, yeah.
You could understand, you could probably hear and understand, okay, like Jay was nice, his subject matter, whatever, you understand, but he's like, unless you were living in that time, it's like you don't really
can't grasp the whole
get
essence
it.
of it. Yeah.
It's not the same, yeah.
It's not the same. So
Can't grasp the whole essence of it.
when I talk to like my youngins or whatever, and I tell them about Jordan, I was young at that time too, but you still felt
understood
it.
it.
When you're watching it with my family, my mom, my pops, my sister, your friends around, like that energy, like when Jordan came on the court, it was just domination.
When you saw the impact of the 92 Olympics worldwide, that was made basketball international.
Yep. That's
After the
greatest
dream team,
greatest assembled team ever.
that wasn't fair. Listen to me. Real life, so Marvel has a version of the Avengers, right?
That was the
You know what
Avengers
I'm
before the
saying?
big screen.
You
Yeah.
got fucking Iron Man, you got fucking, you got the Hulk, you got Doctor Strange, you got Black Panther. In real life, there's only 2 fucking Avengers.
Christian
The
Laettner and Stan Lee,
92.
though.
Yo, mute twist his fucking mic. Because he's white, he has to be fucking Stanley.
Nah, just his purpose on the team, you know what I'm saying?
Now we gotta talk off air, man. Because honestly, I feel like we can ship you east to Sherboy. You know what I mean? But as I'm saying, there's 2 real life Avengers. The 92 fucking Olympic Dream Team and motherfucking Wu-Tang, bro. There are only 2 real life Avengers. And Jordan's responsible for one of them shits.
Yep.
The other one's RZA. And is that what I'm saying? So LeBron, I've seen
Still feel
flashes.
the ways that Isaiah wasn't on there, but
Nah, well, I know, man. Respect, pay homage to the OG. He's his puppet string master, nigga. I want him on the team. Nah, leave him out. I want him on the team. Nah, leave him out.
Yeah, I know.
See how LeBron's doing the days like niggas like David Blatt and fucking like he's a coach
and Mike
killer.
Brown,
Mike Brown, nah, that was Jordan at the Olympic level.
Yeah.
I can't believe beside that guy. Nah, he ain't nice. He ain't nice around Mike St. Pippen.
Yo, he literally took off an all-star, like a legit all-star guard, Hall of Fame
Isaiah's
guard.
nice.
just because he didn't rock with him like that. And a lot of people fell.
That alone shows you the power too. Like
Even when you watch the documentary, he's like, he tells dudes from the get-go, no Isaiah Thomas questions, or I'm taking off my mic and walking off set. That's control. So shout out Jordan. Let's switch sports though and pay homage because I went to my first NHL game in February. That's because I live in Toronto and the ticket prices I'm not fucking with, man. Unless y'all want me to really like I break out the ski mask if you want, and that means that the brink truck know what time it is. But aside from that, I ain't paying those ticket prices. But my first game was in friggin' Vegas in February. Vegas Golden Knights, and for me personally, I'm big on sports. Like sports, period. Like I watch NHL, NFL, MLB, NBA. When I heard Vegas was getting an expansion team, I'm like, yo, nah, man. Like the motherfuckers just want to party all the time, man. Like that's not the hockey thing. Even when I saw like the Anaheim Mighty Ducks, like Arizona, I mean, like Phoenix. Like I'm like, yo, certain things don't belong. Like Hartford Whalers, maybe the Quebec Nordiques. Put some real hockey teams back in some hockey cities.
Yeah.
But my first hockey game was Vegas Knights versus Chicago Blackhawks in February. And honestly, bro, like the cheers, they got friggin' cannons that go off after the friggin' the goals at the T-Mobile Arena. I actually saw a penalty shot happen live. from when I went there in February, I was like, yo, surprisingly enough, this is a real hockey city. And to see that as expansion team, they fucking first expansion team to sweep their first ever playoff series, and now these motherfuckers are playing in the Stanley Cup
against Ovechkin.
Right?
This is amazing. This is amazing.
As an expansion team, and you know what? If you realize the beauty of sports, sometimes when tragedy hits a fucking city, things happen. Which, in essence, for me, I thought why the Raptors had a real chance because of the one. Shout out being a 1 month since that van attack on Young Street. Talk about that later, you know what I mean? Yes. But Vegas had that mass shooting, right?
Yeah.
And their fucking sports team is the Vegas Knights. You think about the Boston Marathon, the Red Sox went and did some shit.
Celtics
right? Like every time there's like a tragedy in a sports city, people are united through sports. So seeing the Vegas Knights, I'm actually like, because they actually slapped up the Blackhawks when I was there. And then they won the game 5-2, right? So shout out to Vegas Knights really doing their thing. But I also want to point out something with hockey that's not fucking cool. It's on some real Kevin Durant type shit. Steve Francis at the draft. You can't fucking just pick teams as your team gets eliminated. Like if you're cheering for fucking the friggin' Maple Leafs or the fucking, like, yeah, you can't do that. Like, you're not in a Toronto fucking bar cheering for the Winnipeg Jets because they're the last team. You just don't do that in sports, right? But hockey, I realize that happens a lot. So stop the bandwagon, man.
Does it happen in hockey or does it happen in Canada?
It happens in hockey in general, man.
You think so?
I think, you know what? No, you know what?
We got the most teams.
No, you know what? No. The States does, but probably just in Canada. They try to make it like a country thing. That's a good point you brought that up. Because in the States, if you're fucking cheering for the New York Rangers, you're not cheering for the fucking San Jose Sharks the next time, right? Like, oh, we got to keep it in the States because they're for a Canadian team. Like, I don't think it's that dense USA. Oh, Canada, USA. Like, no, it's not like that, right? Like, so,
like the
shout out to the US teams really sticking to their squads. In Toronto and Canada, stop it. Like, if you're a fucking Habs fan, you need not cheer for nobody but the Montreal Canadiens. You know what I mean?
But you know what? Habs fans are consistent because I don't think I've heard a Habs fan saying they're going for a next squad still.
That's what I'm saying, though. But, like, in Canada, like, niggas is trying to just, make it a Canada thing.
Yeah.
And think about even the Vancouver Riot when they dropped Game 7 in this thing, right?
Yeah.
Everyone, they can't be I'm not a Canucks fan.
Exactly.
I used to like Pavel Bure. I'm not a Canucks fan.
We're a Cujo Canuck fan, though.
I'm a Cujo Canuck
Shout out to
fan.
Cujo Canuck.
Maybe not after that.
I had to jump over that to correct that.
Right? The quietest guy in the room. He's just freaking massive people with the right? But like I can respect a player. That's why I'm saying that's so dangerous being a LeBron James fan. If you're a LeBron fan, you can't really be a fan of a team. I'm a Cavs fan. I'm a Heat fan. I'm a Cavs fan. I might have to get prepared to be a Lakers fan.
Might as well say you're a Matt Carter fan.
Right? Like, you know what I'm saying? But
pulling strings.
Yo, and shouts to Washington. Well, not really shouts to Washington. I don't really care for the Capitals, but shouts to Ovechkin. Finally
getting past Pittsburgh.
Finally in the dance.
Because Sidney Crosby's my dude, man.
Finally in the dance. So I'm in.
He got his times 3. Crosby bring them things. He bring them rings.
Shouts to Ovechkin. I'm a fan of him just off of personality. Like, I feel like that's something the NHL needs. The NHL could get very boring. It could get very too serious. Like, that's why I love the Subans, the Ovechkins. Like, they bring that entertainment.
You need the OBJs and the Des Bryants, man, in these leagues, man.
You need the entertainment. So seeing Ovechkin finally make it to the Stanley Cup Finals is amazing. I'm indifferent now because we're Leafs guys. Like, we're Leafs guys at the end of the day. But I like the fact that the Vegas Knights are going expansion team. Everybody was shitting on it. Everybody's like, why did they deserve a franchise? Blah, blah, blah. Nobody's going to come to the games. Too much shit goes on in Vegas. Like, you're in the desert. Like, it's Canadian. This is a Canadian thing, you know, the cold snow. So I'm glad to see that all this time you guys, like, especially the Leafs franchise, when you just focus on this is Canada's game, man. You don't really they're not really focused on winning. They're focused on the bottom line.
Yeah.
It's like, you know what? I want to see Vegas go because
But-
this is a disgrace. Like the Leafs won you guys because you don't care about winning at the end of the day. Like that's my thought. Like I don't think they care about winning now. Vegas Knights, expansion teams going to the Stanley Cup.
Yeah. I want to say something though because again, right? Salute to Vegas, like one of the best hockey experiences ever. Shout out to the boy Sosa. Like for my first hockey game, there's no business the experience I had. I mean, we were in an executive suite, and the hallway we walked in, I got to see Jonathan Taves, and I got to see like a bunch of real dudes. You know what I'm saying? So salute to that, but. Yeah, don't get it twisted. Like when I went to the Vegas Knights versus Chicago Blackhawks game, huh?
Don't use my name in vain.
What name? Don't get twisted.
With an ED at the end.
Shut up. Listen. So when I freaking went to the game, there were mad more Blackhawks jerseys in the stands than there were Vegas Knights. So let's not even get it twisted. Like not as twisted, not twist. Anyways, so
Thank you.
yeah, let's not get it confused. I got vocab, I got range, right? You might even go to this series and see a bunch of Washington Capitals jerseys while at Vegas Knights home games.
Oh yeah.
Like for real, like cause even funny when I was in Vegas for the 9 days, the Blackhawks played them, and towards the end of my trip, the Edmonton Oilers, and I saw mad, you know what I mean, like McDavid jerseys and stuff like that in Vegas too, right? But shout out to them.
Shouts to your Oilers jersey too.
Man Dem. Man Dem.
Yeah, definitely. So switching gears though from the sports thing, one thing that definitely caught my attention, and we talked about it briefly before we came on, Kendrick Lamar's performance this past weekend at the Hangout Festival in Alabama. Called up a fan on stage, Caucasian female, told her to recite the lyrics to Mad City off his debut album, Good Kid, Mad City. Also features MC8. We already know the content, the certain word and language that's on that track. So she got stopped mid-performance because she thought she wasn't, and I quote, wasn't cool enough, bro, because she dropped maybe a couple N-bobs that she shouldn't have.
I'm really ad-libbing over Styles P right now.
All right, Synth, your first take, you go.
My first take? Man down. Where you from? Yo, okay, so I saw the video of it. Yo, Showtime's killing me right now.
And you know what? But listen, man. I've been telling motherfuckers. I don't give a fuck who you had no dumb conversation with. It's not different with an E-R or A, motherfucker. There's no difference between cracker and cracker. You understand what I'm saying? Let's not fuck it up right now. You cannot say the fucking word. Unless you are black. Even some people I'm indifferent about, if you're 50% black. If you're 50% black, that means there's still the potential of being 50% racist.
Yeah.
Don't use the word if you're indifferent. Understand what I'm saying? Because even growing up, I was always on some, yo, what the fuck's wrong with Fat Joe and Big Pun? They're not black. What's all these N-words? But come to find out through like deep New York street culture that Latins, the only thing they identify closely with are blacks. So they call each other the N-word. So they get a pass. But listen to me, because I've had conversations with people and I've had to get people to, what the fuck, look? And they're on some, oh, my bad. I thought it was okay with the A at the end. I'm like, yo, don't you ever in your fucking life say that around another colored person. Like, I've done things as a result of that word. I'm not gonna say on air to incriminate myself.
Okay.
But just know that saying that word might get you a fucking beatdown around the wrong person of color. Yeah, but that's a fucked up part too, because the discussion comes in, if so many people aren't cool saying it, why even make them part of the song lyrics? And you put some of the onus and the blame on the actual creator of the track, whether that be the producer, the songwriter, the performer. What we can't say, why put it in there?
Yeah, but one thing we can definitely agree on in terms of concerts, especially festivals, the color of skin, that's usually makes up the predominantly of these festivals. We know who pays for these records, we know who pays them crazy prices for concerts, but there's a thin line like between being a fan and then just kind of biting your tongue, like to your point, like it's not cool in any variation or other letter added to it, like it's just not cool.
There's a thin line with being a fan, being a stan, and making them guns go blam. Get the strap.
Because here's the thing too, like, yo, okay, PSA, white people, anybody Caucasian listening.
Dear white people.
Dear white
Season
people.
2 just came out.
Yeah.
Show on Netflix.
Here's a PSA. Never in your life is it okay to say nigger, hard ER, or nigga.
Not even in your inner circles when you're in a colored person.
If you're listening to a song with it in it, bleep yourself.
Nah,
edit
you know
yourself.
what though? But for real though, but I'm gonna be thorough right now. There are some white people that are really authentic to black culture.
Yes.
And their predominant surroundings are people of color and minorities. And it is within those circles that you come to the grand conclusion as a collective. You get a pass to use the N-word because you've been around that person long enough. You grew up with that person. You understand that, yo, that person loves fucking Jamaican food more than they like fucking KD craft dinner. Not KD the cupcake dude in Golden State, the actual craft dinner, right? Yeah. So, even for me, like, there's certain dudes I give a pass to because I'm like, yo, you're more black than black people I know. And you say that's not on a malicious thing. It's not on one day, you know what I mean? You feel like, oh, fuck these. No, it's like, you say that in the most lightest tone because in your head, it's like fucking Sticky Fingers and Eminem. What if I was white? Right? Like, certain people don't even remember they're white half the time, and they're so in love with black culture, the music, the lifestyle, the dressing, the sports, the athleticism, the creativity. Right? Like, if you grow up around that as a kid to older day, that yeah, you're outside of your skin, but inside you have soul.
The only reason I wouldn't suggest, though, like, I understand what you're trying to say, but the only thing I say I wouldn't suggest as a white person for you to still feel comfortable doing that is, yo, yes, if you're with your close, your tight-knit group,
Yeah.
they might accept that.
Yeah.
When you say abroad,
Nah, man,
not everybody, nobody knows you,
listen,
so
that's judgment. That's judgment and just that's just judgment and common sense because I've been on the flip side of that. So there was this Irish dude I was in high school with, and he saw me at Circa nightclub one time, and he used to always chill in the town, right? He used to always chill in Doomstown. So he saw me in Circa nightclub, and me, my dude fucking J-Mar, my dude Nitty, and fucking Pretty Ricky was there. And he comes up to me, and in the worst time ever, it's like when a record's just about to transition, you get that awkward quiet. It's like, yo, my nigga, what you dealing with? And at least 20 people stopped what the fuck they were doing and just looked at us. And I gave him that look like, man, you gotta know when the fuck to say this shit, right? Like, what the fuck? So people looking at me like, yo, what the fuck? I'm like, yo. All I said was this, I'm like, yo, listen to me, man. I'm from the Rex. He grew up in my hood. And lo and behold, other than being Irish and having a weird obsession with liquor he can't handle, he thinks he's black. Like, that's what he grew up around.
yeah.
Even to me, like, I don't find that malicious, but I'm glad that he did that in a public forum so that you know how uncomfortable it can get.
Yeah.
Right? Like, when you're around me and certain mans, and we're giving you things just off of the strength that, yo, you really have more, other than your parents being white, everything around you is black.
But for sure, and just playing devil's advocate, as you normally say, the other side of it, because I've had talks, throughout the week with other people, both black people and white people, about this, and a lot of people are saying, like, Kendrick comes off more like a fuckboy because why would he pull a Caucasian fan from the crowd to perform that specific song? Granted,
90% though, right?
98%
It's not his fault.
Yeah. He thought she would have the know-it-all to at least bleep that out, like he said. But was he right for making her continue? Because he asked the crowd, and they pretty much booed her off stage. But because it was an awkward situation, he made her continue.
You know what? I thought about this too, and I was saying, why would you pull her up to sing that specific song? Because you know how the chorus goes. Mm-hmm. But at the same time, I can't give that girl the bly because
she didn't even catch herself either.
I can't give her. You know why am I gonna give her the bly? Because as you mentioned earlier, a lot of those festivals is predominantly white people.
They're the ones that pay, man.
So
mom and dad's fault,
it's predominantly white people. So if he wants crowd engagement, he's most likely gonna pull up a white person on stage.
Yeah.
And the fact that if you watch the video, when they first start the chorus,
Yeah.
she's like, man down, where are you from? She edited herself the first time.
Yeah, because I watched all of it too.
She edited herself. She didn't say nigga the first time. And I don't know if the liquor hit, whatever drugs she was on hit after. She was feeling nice, like, yo, I got these people in the palm of my hand now. She let the niggas fly after that. And when I saw the crowd, I was proud of the crowd because a lot of white too much craft beer. A lot of white people in that crowd, they were like, fuck this bitch. Yo, get this bitch off the stage and blah, 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 blah. Like a lot of white people, as soon as she dropped the M-bomb, yo, they were going off. So I can't kill Kendrick per se for doing that. I understand he put her in a
predicament,
sticky situation, but it's up to you to be like, yo, I don't feel comfortable. Yeah, that's.
It was there. She had to know it all to do it.
So she was cautious of it.
Maybe she got hyped in the moment. She thought like they were on that level, like it was okay. And she
don't get it twisted,
was.
man. Let's address this. That this happened in a concert setting with someone that may have been young. It's a young girl. You saw the footage?
I'm assuming she's younger.
20s?
Yeah,
like early
so
20s.
this is a generation where these motherfuckers are sniffing glue, eating Tide Pods, drinking lean, fucking doing all types of right. So maybe she wasn't in her right state of mind. But let's not get it twisted though. In private,
they're letting it fly.
Whether they fucking know it's right or wrong, whatever the fuck is, they might even fucking like, you know, you're about to tell a fucking joke about the Jew, the black guy, and the Indian in a bar. You make sure you check every corner to make sure there's no Indian, Jew, or no black person in the bar.
Yep.
That's all they do. But at home they're letting it fly, right? So it's a bigger issue, man. Like let's not get it twisted, man. We all make the jokes, right? Everyone has a joke about some kind of race and they're driving. So everyone has a roast about the race about certain type of ethnicities, friggin' being the ones that drive cabs the most. I mean, like everybody has that low key racism, right? But yeah, when you're being blatant with it and acting like there's no cares or this crazy level of comfort, you need to face the ridicule for real. You understand what I'm saying?
The same goes the same for typing, because even back on the social media, even typing it, even with asterisks or variations of the word or putting, asterisks or putting an @ symbol, none of that makes it acceptable. It's not cool, man. Like you're gonna get clashback every single time.
I don't want no one to hear this and be like, because how you may have grew up and how I grew up,
two different books.
Like, it's not even say night and day. It's like the fucking jungle and then backyardigans. I feel like some people that complain about hard life don't know what that is, man. Like growing up in metro housing, especially in the Rex in the 90s, was fuck. Like I just got there like a couple years before they blew up fucking cop cars and shit. Right? So I say in my 33 plus years of living, I have given 2 people the pass to say that word. And that's because I've been around dudes, whether those dudes that friggin' do whatever they need to do in the streets. And those guys are more black than some black people I know. So I respect the fact that even for me, like I feel like somebody say some black people are whitewashed. You grow up a black girl or a black kid in Thornhill and all their friends are rich, privileged white kids and their parents are financially alright and don't make them see the friggin' hardships of scrambling bus fare or other shit that kids that grow up in West End or East End Toronto housing. Yeah. Of course, they're whitewashed because all they grew up around is white people, right? Yeah, so we're saying flip side with white people that don't have it and they're growing up in Regent Park and stuff like that. They're around black people. They identify with what they know. Their everyday surroundings are people of minorities and of color, right? So those are the people where you have to really use that fine line, like, yo, your environment has you in this. You know what I mean? Like your mom listen to James Brown over friggin' Elvis, right? That's some black people stuff, right? Yeah. So shout out to that.
I feel like this is a teaching moment. It's a teaching moment.
And a reminder too.
And a reminder. So I'm glad how the audience reacted, the crowd reacted, because a lot of people are like, yo, that can't go on. Like they saw her on stage, like, I can't even believe this girl said that. And even just a check for ourselves too, because even at times I have that type of conversation with myself every now and then. Like I'm not like, I don't use nigga a lot.
Even amongst
I don't
us,
use
yeah.
nigga too much, but I catch myself here and there saying it. I just said it now.
What up, my nigga? You good, my nigga? What up, my
Bleep,
nigga?
bleep, bleep, bleep.
So I'm a little indifferent too, because as much as we expect people to know, like, we have these conversations, like, we're black people, we have these conversations amongst us. We're offended when other people use it, blah, blah, blah. We know the history.
Yeah.
White people, I don't think they're actively having conversations. Like, sorry, I shouldn't say white people. Younger white people that maybe they know a little bit about slavery and racism. I don't think they have a full grasp. Their curriculum probably doesn't touch it in depth. And then popular music now is hip hop.
For sure.
So
they're
there's
Do fucking rock and roll.
Yeah.
I am so happy by the way.
So there's kind of a
long time coming.
there's a disconnect with the word. So
Yeah.
they don't understand per se. I'm not giving them the cop out, but realistically they
Still
don't
get a green light.
understand really why that's a bad term to use.
Kick
And if
yourself before you wreck yourself, my youth.
Knowledge is power,
Yeah.
and power is key, and keys open doors. I ain't making excuses for nobody.
so I'm not
That's what I'm
making
saying at every
excuse, but
episode.
we need to check
man.
ourselves too. So as much as we want people to understand, yo, you can't use this word. If we keep on using it as popular music, at times we have to check ourselves too.
Yeah, but come
with
on,
the
man.
word.
Let's. I'm not making a cop out because I say ignorance is bliss, right?
Yeah.
I have enough know-how not to use the C word on a white person.
What,
Or
Caucasian?
use the C word on a person that's Asian, right? Like, you already know certain things are like, yo, like, even like, because you know, like, yeah, like, you might
It's
give
the
out
C
one,
word.
right? So,
It rhymes a rapper.
right? Magnum. It is. But you already know what it is. Now, shout out for rocking with us for another week. What I want to say, you know what I mean? Like, my heart's still heavy. And I was actually about to go down yesterday, but I mean, some things happened. But shout out to all the victims and all the survivors of the van crash on Young Street. You know, it's been over a month now. Salute. The gone but never forgotten. You know, the city salutes y'all. Hope y'all adjusting to paradise. Understand what I'm saying? And we're always rocking with y'all. Man Dem Podcast. That's on Instagram. That's on Twitter. That's on SoundCloud. That's on YouTube. Know what I mean? Shout out to Eric Nobody actually making the idiot thing that segment for
Idiot
this
thing.
week. You know,
Skipped it this
y'all,
week.
y'all got off lucky this week, but we lurking. You know, we'll pass it off to the boy Simma.
This is your boy Sincere. Yo, realistically, that girl that said nigga should get the eat out thing, but we'll allow.
You know what? You know what? For real though, cause
She should get it.
Honorable mention? Or nah, she gets it.
Nah, she should get it.
huh?
She should get it. Yeah. The
Eat Out thing,
thing
that-
segment is that girl that Kendrick Lamar saying
There's
nigga.
a war going on outside. No one is safe from. Yeah,
Nobody's
so
safe from being an
I
idiot.
guess no one escaped that. So you know, what I mean? I guess I gotta eat that thing. Nice.
Eat out thing.
Idiot thing that.
Anyways.
I don't understand. We don't need to care about this right now. Okay? Take it back.
Anyways, it's your boy Sincere. Follow me on Instagram, Cine_sincere. Hit me up on Twitter at The Sincere Life. Pop that shit on Twitter because I know that's all you motherfuckers do. Also follow the A5 brand on Instagram and Twitter, 8V_collective. You know, cop those hoodies, the Toronto made hitters hoodies that me and A5 and PAU, Politics as Usual, collab to bring a Toronto
Very
classic.
creative washroom break once upon a day.
Very
Yeah, you
creative.
guys just
I call-
con niggas.
I call Sincere, man. Yo, I think I thought of something. The means one of the most insightful dumps I've ever taken. Now we just dump it on niggas.
So
TMI, TMZ, John Wall, Paul Wall, window to the wall, drywall.
Bathroom
We don't give a
stall.
bomber clot. Take that back, yo. Now, I know you guys want to kick me out.
we fuck up beer walls. Anyways, so look out for that collab was out now, actually on www.politicsusual.ca. Go there, you can order it on the website, or you can hit me on the DM.
Sensei gave us some hats.
And yeah, fuck with us because we still have more. We still have more to come. So this is just
More sauce,
the
no cap.
ow. Twist, what you saying?
So you already know what it is. If you're tired of, getting them like BlackBerry quality type videos, talking to you artists out there.
We ain't got no time for no part-time ratchet.
But yeah, if you need to get your video game right and you really want to make something happen, holla at me on the email tip shotbytwist@gmail.com. That's the best way to get in contact with me. We'll talk rates and we'll go over some stuff. And then on the social media tip, it's always the same. Twist McCalla, that's my handle. Hit me up on there. I'm always talking politics as usual shit. Always talking Man Dem podcast shit. I am what I am, and I am what I rep. My name is my name. Showtime, what up?
Yo, Studio Mix, Studio 139. You guys recording bullshit. Yo, what's
Shout out to that new J-Rock though. Win. Ugh.
That T4T.cujo@gmail.com. That's the letter T, the number 4, the letter T.cujo@gmail.com. That's for Studio 139, Studio Mix. I have some stuff that should be coming out of there. Now, not me. Not me. But I'm using the benefits of great recording and audio and engineering quality. I mean, this happens to be my brother. You already know. Politicsasusual.ca. Put a www dot in front of that, or https://. Shop, get your shit right for the summer. I see everybody looking like Mr. Me Too's out here. You want to be original? Get yourself a Toronto made hitters. That means that 85, that PAU collabo. You're on IG, you're on friggin' Facebook. That's politics as usual, PAU, all one word. You're on Twitter. I don't tweet really, like I just link all my things, but I might get more on Twitter. But if niggas are getting cute on Twitter, like I'm just gonna stalk your GPS location, slap you, man.
Twitter fingers turn to chicken fingers.
No, history has proven that though. Like I'm not talking like, oh niggas talk shit. Whether that's at a barber shop, whether that's on a club on Adelaide or on King Street.
It's the voice, no Adam Levine.
Don't go flying out that window.
Lucky's not North Face weather.
Right?
Catch man sweeping at their jobs.
PAU Poly, that's Twitter. And info@politicsasusual.ca. That's the email. Oh yeah, you got any inquiries for the Man Dem podcast? mandempodcast@gmail.com. I never plugged that. Shout out for rocking with us. We're glad to have our brother back in the building, Mr. Cujo.
We are complete. The Fantastic Four, the Four Horsemen.
Shout out Denver. You're fucking nasty. Man, listen, man.
Probably eating some kale salad somewhere.
Yeah. Hit us up. Because honestly, shout out my boy Phoenix Connection on Instagram too. Because honestly, I'm not the type to friggin' Instagram and tweet things that I eat. That is what that is. And I respect the real niggas that do it. But these guys, they post some shit. This shit's so divine.
So divine, right?
So,
Man Dem are hungry when I see
their Man Dem
their
foodies,
posts.
right? Yeah, but shout out. And once again, shout out to all the van victims of the Toronto van attack. That means salute Toronto all day. Praise for Toronto.
Toronto strong
all day.
Love and blessings to Toronto and the world.
Thanks for listening, y'all.
Shout out A5 Collective for the Man Dem friggin' snapbacks.
Detroit, we coming for you.